Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about luck. Before I talk about luck, I want to talk about the "oh shucks" mentality. Have you ever seen one of those moments when you're giving a famous person a compliment and you're like, "Famous person, you are a self-made man." And this famous person starts to get angry at you or whoever is giving them the compliment. They're like, "Don't you ever call me something like that again." And they start to give credit to a whole bunch of other people, and the self-made man begins to undermine their success. I believe it was Arnold Schwarzenegger who made this mentality very popular because someone was giving him props for being this amazing bodybuilder. And that's when he was doing the "oh shucks" mentality. "Oh shucks, me? No, I didn't do anything." I think this comes from a pure intent, but I don't think this is the smart way to behave. I don't think this is the smart way to behave because it undermines the accountability aspect of it. Sure, Arnold, other people gave you information. They opened up their gym to you. They gave you housing when you first came to the US. But it was you that connected the dots and put it together. Put some respect on your own name, dude. Because when you put some respect on your own name, it doesn't mean that you're undermining the folks that helped you out. You're acknowledging the people who helped you out, but you're also acknowledging your work ethic. Okay? So I believe a lot of these people need to melt away with the "oh shucks" mentality. They give props where props is due, and then they look at themselves and say, "I did this too." And this inspires people in the future generation to take accountability over their own lives rather than be like, "Hey, Arnold said he didn't do anything. Look, let me pull up this interview." Okay? Now, another thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people who have made it, they talk about luck a little too much. They're talking about all these different things that they did, whether it was the market trends, spotting opportunities, exercising a certain skill set. Then they just throw in luck. They're like, "Well, I had to get really lucky, by the way, because timing is everything. Or if I wasn't this lucky, I wouldn't have been able to do it." And once again, this is good, I guess. They're giving props where props is due. They're in some ways showcasing gratitude because they can't believe that they had this amazing timing. But what it does also is that it sends off the wrong message to others. Others who are thinking about beginning something now are looking at these folks who are upping luck so much to a point where they're thinking, "Well, look how lucky this guy got. He barely did any work," right? And this person is now thinking, "Well, where's my luck? All I see near me is misery." This is not good. One of the things that I realized with the ArmaniTalks brand 3 years in is that I'm a pretty lucky guy. And I acknowledged the luck one day when I was learning a lot about how the internet came to be. Prior to the internet, if you were, let's say, an ambitious 12-year-old and you wanted to work, let's say in the 60s, you know what you had to do? You had to get a paper trail. So you'd go up to someone in your neighborhood that was in charge of a bunch of paper trails, and you would say, "Hey sir, can I please get a trail of my own?" And they will give you a trail, and you would get the newspapers, and you would give it to the different houses, and in return, you would get money. This was how the media companies worked back then. You created content, and you would get a paperboy to distribute the content. Well, I run a thing called the ArmaniTalks newsletter, which you should sign up for, by the way, ArmaniTalks.com/newsletter. Sign up today, where I create the content, and all I have to do is I have to just click a button. Me clicking the button is equivalent to me having thousands of paperboys from all around the planet distributing my newsletter into other people's homes. So I'm lucky in many ways because I'm saving so much money. This is me having a distribution channel in the power of a button. That's it. But guess what? I did not know this luck until I began. So back to these other individuals that are talking so much about luck. Oh, I had the perfect timing. If I'm over here talking about ArmaniTalks, for example, and I'm talking about the newsletter, I'm not talking up the button thing so much to outsiders because all of you guys can have your own button moment, whatever that luck moment is, once you begin. Because gratitude is not just born from talking about the basics. Oh, well, I have a roof over my head, I have a shirt, I have all of this. Instead, gratitude is born from intense knowledge within a field. When you have intense knowledge within a field, what begins to happen is a sense of awe. You begin to think, wow, things are so complex, yet so simple. I wonder how anything works at all. And in that state of awe of, I wonder how anything works at all, that's when you begin to realize you're lucky as well. But you can't understand that luck until you build that intense knowledge within a field. And you're not going to build intense knowledge of anything if you're just looking at the other man and being like, look how lucky he is, but not me. Anyone is capable of getting lucky in context to their lives, but it all just begins with beginning. So I think luck is very overrated because we're all lucky in something, okay? And it's incorrect to compare someone else's luck in context to our lives because the context just ain't matching up. So I believe that it's all just about beginning in whatever field that you're doing. And eventually you're going to have that, whoa, I can't believe anything works at all moment. And that is when you're going to realize, I'm pretty lucky myself. Let me keep on keeping on and get even luckier. Thank you very much for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time.